So our next keynote and our final for today is going to be a really interesting one. Based on the conversations we had today on digital assets and also mass adoption and integration of them, if we could look into a crystal ball and see how the economy would look if we adopted this technology, how would that look? Well, joining me now, we have from El Salvador, the government's Tech and Economic International Affairs Director, Monica Taher. She's going to give an explanation. Let's have a round of applause.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm not going to talk about government regulation at all. I'm actually going to talk about investments. El Salvador is a very tiny country. It barely has 8,100 square miles, and it has 6.5 million people, 3.2 outside of El Salvador, living in the diaspora, mostly in the United States. We were really well known in previous years for gang violence and many, many other things. However, ever since President Bukele sent the Bitcoin law proposal to Congress, and it was approved by a supermajority back in June of last year, we became hope for financial inclusion. And I don't know if you read the news today or if you were watching what was going on in El Salvador. About 44 entities, actually, let me backtrack. Entities such as superintendencies of finance and in many central banks were in attendance in El Salvador for meetings to talk about financial inclusion. Entities from 44 different countries, including Pakistan, Costa Rica, the Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Jordan, many, many countries. So that gives you an idea of the work that we're trying to do on a global level. And as a Salvadorian, I never thought that we could be in this place, that we could be driving the narrative about cryptocurrencies. As time went by, after the law passed, we started hearing anecdotes, different stories all over the place. Like the one, I don't have a clicker, I'm sorry, thank you. Like the one about Jonathan Munoz, who found out about La Casa del Bitcoin. It's a place where you can go and take different classes completely free about crypto, about Bitcoin, about DeFi, about NFTs. And he started taking several classes and learned how to do trading. With the money that he made, he started investing, or actually importing iPhones and started selling them for a nice profit. He became an entrepreneur. Or the story of Ismael Galdames, who received help from Galoy money. This is his story.
This is Ismael, a 19-year-old entrepreneur from El Sonte, El Salvador, who until recently was squatting in a metal shed. Now, he owns this home. How did he get here? One day, Ismael was at the beach and saw a man selling shaved ice. He asked,
"Hey, where do you buy the ice?"
And the man shared how he purchased it from the nearest town, 30 minutes away. Ismael saw a business opportunity, so he bought a freezer from a friend for $200.
I started to make ice, and I told them I will sell you the ice.
But that's just the beginning. After realizing that his town was getting a lot of tourists, he started his own t-shirt company, and he teaches surf lessons. Ismael accepts Bitcoin payments for all his businesses. Why is this a big deal? Ismael is among the 70% of El Salvadorians who are unbanked. So before crypto, he didn't have a way to collect digital payments. He also wouldn't have been considered for home ownership because he had no way to prove creditworthiness. Ismael is now part of a community of homeowners in El Salvador that pay for their mortgage using crypto.
So when you hear these stories, when we hear these stories, it really makes us believe that what we're doing is right, that we're doing on the right path, that we're going on the right path. However, none of these stories could be true, and I wouldn't be able to present them if I didn't give kudos to the private sector, to all the companies who have come to El Salvador, have opened offices, have generated jobs, and especially have made us their crypto hub of Latin America. Something unthinkable many, many years ago, simply because we always had the usual suspects, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, because of their market size. But now, we happen to be at the center of this in Latin America. After the law passed, we were hit by an avalanche of companies and investors at the same time. Investors coming from Singapore, other parts in Asia, from Europe, from Canada, the United States. And this is why I want to profile some of the companies that are right now in El Salvador, such as Paxful, which is a global exchange. They opened La Casa del Bitcoin. And as I said earlier, you can go there and take any type of class, ranging from how to create your own NFT, to DeFi, to Finance 101, to crypto, etc., even trading. Another company, another nonprofit actually in this case, that has made its way to El Salvador is New Story Charity. They are building homes for low-income families, but the interesting thing is that these families can pay for these homes in Bitcoin. They build with Bitcoin Foundation. They go around the world. They receive donations from Bitcoiners all over the place. And they go and either build or rebuild schools. There's a tiny island on the east side of El Salvador called Isla Tasajera. In fact, it's very close to where Bitcoin City is going to be. The foundation went there and rebuilt a school, so the kids there could have a decent facility, and especially potable water. Athena, whom you might be familiar with, they have partnered with several real estate agencies in order to sell homes, not only to the locals, but also to people living outside of El Salvador, so the customers can pay with Bitcoin. Astro Babies. This is a Canadian company. It's an NFT company, as you can tell. The interesting thing about Astro Babies is that they sold two big collections, two NFT collections, successfully. They're about to launch the third one, but they're also launching a token, and they're giving 30% of the token sales to 5 different initiatives, ranging from education to health to entertainment to sports. The point that I'm trying to make here is that we have all of these companies that have come to El Salvador, but they are exercising their corporate social responsibility. And in a way, they're helping us rebuild our country. Ogo. Ogo is a Singaporean company that is about to launch an exchange, has opened an educational hub at the World Trade Center in San Salvador, and has also opened 3 different clinics on the east, the west, and in the capital city. The Penguin Jet Club. It's also an NFT company, and they are trying to revolutionize the way free private jet flights can be obtained through NFT sales. They are going to be funding the entertainment cluster in El Salvador. Acumen, it is a US-based company. They are going to be providing loans for the 1.2 million small businesses in El Salvador in Bitcoin. Now, this company has signed an agreement with the Small Business Administration, and imagine what that is going to do for our businesses. And the idea is that after they work with these businesses, they roll out the same program for the rest of the population. Now, the more we work with these companies, the more we realize that we have challenges. Challenges such as the fact that we don't have enough Salvadorian developers and programmers that are working with the Lightning Network or with Bitcoin. So we had to train a lot of these developers. This program is called ToroGos. And it's a program that's going to be helping Salvadorians who already know how to program, how to use the Lightning Network and Bitcoin, how to obtain new skills. The ToroGos is El Salvador's national bird. It only survives when free, much like El Salvador needs to survive without the traditional monetary system. These are some of the companies that are right now in El Salvador. They are so organized that they are launching a blockchain and crypto cluster along with the government and also with academia. So for El Salvador, it's really about financial inclusion. It's about helping the 70% unbanked Salvadorians that don't have access to a bank account, cannot obtain a bank loan. It's very hard for them to have a loan in any way, and usually they have to seek street loans. It's also about obtaining a loan, a Bitcoin loan, but with less interest rate. And it's also about remittances, meaning if I'm living in the United States or in Europe and I want to send a remittance to a relative in El Salvador, I can do it through the Chivo wallet without extra fees. It's really about letting MoneyGram and Western Union, it's about letting them know that they are going to lose about $500 million this year simply because there are other methods where they can send money with less fees. It's about geothermal mining. As you know, we are currently mining with volcano energy. El Salvador has about 170 volcanoes. And it's really about coming, not just listening to what I'm saying right now, but really coming to El Salvador and working with us. If you are not, if you or your company has not reached out to us, please do so. We have our New York consulate over here, our New York consulate personnel. You can find me and talk to me as well, and we can talk about investment opportunities. Thank you.